Thought I'd make a quick video of the cars I've had over the years. It's a pretty interesting mix of things. So my first car was the 2013 Mazda Miata NC, and this is the Club Edition. But this one had the soft top. I'll get to the other one in a second. Second car was what was that? 2011, I think. 2011 or 2012 BMW Z4. I could be completely wrong about the year, but it was an interesting vehicle, but probably probably my least favorite of the bunch. Probably the one I've had for the shortest time, but I owned it for a little bit, and so it's in this print. Next is a 2015 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sahara. In this one, I kept the hard top and had all the painted panels and everything, and it had aftermarket wheels that came from the dealership. It was my first Wrangler, so I was super excited. It was really interesting. Became part of the Jeep community and all that stuff. Learned about the Jeep Wave. It was a very cool vehicle. I read it with all the doors off and everything, and it was a fun time. But then I was like, you know what? I kind of missed the sports car, and you're kind of going to see a theme going on here. So then I get the 2015 Mazda Miata NC Club Edition again, but this time I started modifying it. So I did a intake. There was a bit of a tune. I lowered it, did brakes, did a muffler. It was a fun thing. And this is me on the Dragon for the first time in this photo. So from there, I kept the car for a couple of years, and then I get a 2019 Mini Cooper 2-door with the 3-cylinder engine. And this was just a really practical, fun, zippy car just to move around with. And honestly, I really liked this car. I think the only things that could have possibly been better was the steering and the transmission, because right before I sold this car, the transmission gave out, and unluckily, my dad had it, but luckily he was right by one of two mini dealerships in the North Georgia area, and he was able to take it over there and get it fixed up. So he was able to get it fixed up, quickly sold this car. It was a lot of fun, but quickly sold this car, and then went back to the Jeep. So this is a 2022 Jeep Wrangler Sport S. So it had power windows and air conditioning. Other than that, it was pretty much a stock Wrangler. I took it everywhere, took it on a couple of trips. I started traveling a lot more, and this thing was just like a go anywhere, do anything kind of car, but slightly more matured than this one. This one, I didn't want to modify it at all. Just like an everyday, do anything. I did commute with it to Atlanta, so that was interesting. But fun car. So I keep this car for about a year and a half or whatever, and I'm like, okay, this Toyota just came out with something. I look into this car and I'm like, wow, it's impossible to get. And I'm just like, all right, well, I'll test the waters or whatever every now and then, and out of nowhere, I go into a Toyota dealership, I'm like, okay, I know I'm not going to be able to get the red one. Tell me what I could do to get a white one. And they're like, yeah, bro, a year and a half at least. And I'm like, all right, never mind. And I walk out. Next day, I get a call and they're like, hey, we got the exact configuration you want. And they're like, yeah, it's red, it's a base model, and y'all are going to hate me, but yes, automatic. I wanted a red base model, no options, basically, and an automatic. And they called me the next day, and I was like, well, shoot. So, put this thing up for sale on AutoTrader, and 2 days go by, nothing on AutoTrader, nothing on Cars.com. Put the thing on Facebook Marketplace. The next day, I have the guys coming from Tennessee, from a Ford dealership in Tennessee. They come down to my bank, pay off the Jeep, and at the very same time, I get approved for this guy. And once I got the check, one of the guys who came from Tennessee drove me to the Toyota dealership so I could pay for this car. They were really awesome. And so yeah, basically one day after putting on Facebook Marketplace, I sold it, got approved for the Toyota, went straight to the dealership, and was able to pick up the GR86. I don't plan on doing anything to this car. I honestly, these two drive identically. Like this is the closest thing to this experience you can get as a new car. So I may make a review on the Toyota later, but I just thought I'd lay out my whole crazy car journey so far. Yeah, I've been very fortunate to be able to like have experience with all these great vehicles. It's been a journey, and now we're here. Anyway, that's a quick video. Thanks for watching. See y'all.